What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I just got back from the Midwest Gaming Classic, and I thought I'd show you guys all my pickups. So let's get into it. So before I show you the games I picked up, I just got to let you guys know that the Midwest Gaming Classic this year was an insanely cool event. I've been going to conventions for a lot of years now, but the prices of things have just become astronomical, and I'm pretty much just buying select things now. There were a ton of things that I wanted, but I just couldn't afford. So these are just some things that I picked up that I did want, that I actually found for a decent deal while digging around through bins and bins of games. So the first game I'm going to talk about is Battle Clash. Now you're probably thinking, yeah, this game's terrible. It's a Super Scope game, and I wanted to collect all the Super Scope games. Well, back in the day, my neighbor named Matt, he had a Super Scope, and to me, it was one of the coolest things ever, and we would play it nonstop, and his parents just kept buying games that were compatible with the Super Scope. This was one of them, and it's called Battle Clash. Pretty cool game. It's not the best by any means. I found it out there, and I was excited when I seen it, because usually these boxes are torn apart. They're like 30 years now. So it's like a one-on-one fighting game, but it's a first-person view, and you just shoot the mechs. It's okay. There's nothing fancy about it, but I wanted to pick it up because it is one of the games that is compatible with the Super Scope. So I picked it up, and I got it for $19.99, 100% complete with inserts. So that was kind of cool. So the next game I want to talk about is going to be a box upgrade for me. I've been upgrading this box for years now, and it's out of this world for the Super Nintendo. This is one of my favorite games of all time. If you watch the channel, you guys know that. I've been upgrading this box for years and years, trying to get better condition box, and this is the best one I've found so far. For some reason, I can't find like a mint copy of this box. I just don't understand it. On eBay, Mercari, anywhere, even at conventions, I've never seen them. I got this box at my buddy David's booth, and it was buried at the bottom underneath all the stuff he had for sale, sitting in a milk crate, and I couldn't believe it because it was in great shape still, even though there was tons of stuff laying on top of it. So yeah, this is an amazing game. It's one of my favorites of all time. The music is incredible, and I just really enjoy this game. I'm a huge fan of rotoscope animation, especially during this time. It's just a super fun game. There's a lot of trial and error, but the music in this version specifically is why I think this version is the best. This thing was on every system you could think of, but in my opinion, this is the best music. If you guys get a chance, check it out. Out of this world. This is 100% complete, and I was able to get this for 30 bucks, I think. 100% complete. So that was super cool. Anyway, the next game I want to talk about is a game called Flashback for the Atari Jaguar. We came up to a booth, saw an older guy, and he had some Atari Jaguar games in incredible condition. Usually these are just torn apart, these boxes are. But this was one of the ones that I wanted. Flashback is kind of just like Out of This World. It's kind of in the same thing with the rotoscope animation graphics, but the game is great, and I'm a big fan of it. So I don't even own a Jaguar, funny enough, but I seen this and I got it for a great deal. So I picked this up. Super clean, 100% complete. And like I said, you just don't find Jaguar games with boxes like this. They're usually the cartridge only, and if they do have the box, they're extremely destroyed. I thought this was a reproduction box because of the way it is off centered, plus the incredible shape of it. So Flashback. The next game I got is, wouldn't you know it, another Jaguar game called Another World. Well, this is just Out of This World, but overseas they called it Another World. The funny thing about this game is it never came out on the Jaguar, but you see Jaguar right here. Well, this was basically a licensed reproduction. Now, what that means is the company who wanted to remake this actually got a hold of Eric Chachi, which he was the programming, designing, and he made this entire game by himself. Eric Chachi did. So they reached out to him and said, hey, we'd love to make an authentic Jaguar version of your game, but we got to have your blessing and your approval, and you have to, you know, sign some things so you can get paid for this. And obviously he's like, sure, go ahead. Yeah, so they made a licensed, authentic Jaguar version of his game with his approval. And the difference in this one is, instead of like a 16 color palette that it had on the other system, this one has like 230. So the visuals are a lot better. So I saw this and I was like, holy cow, I'd never seen nothing like it before. So I got it. I love the way Lester looks in this front cover right here. He's just on the ledge and he's just overlooking the entire alien world, and it's so cool, man. I always loved this pose that he's doing, and I always loved this photo right here. Yeah, picked up another Jaguar game. The next game I'm going to talk about is a game that I saw there, and I was like, you know what? I love the first one, so I'm going to pick this one up, and this is Zoda's Revenge Star Tropics 2. This was licensed by Nintendo, and they made this one also. So I don't think it's as good as the original Star Tropics, but it's a really, really fun game, and it just leaves off exactly where the first one did. So I seen this sitting in somebody's booth, and I love the condition of it, and I wanted to get the sequel, so I picked it up. This is 100% complete down to the bag and everything, and I picked this up for 60 bucks. I think he wanted 80 bucks, and I just countered with 60 and he took it. So yeah, Zoda's Revenge. It's basically more of Star Tropics. Like I said, I like the original Star Tropics better, but I do like this version also, and I wanted to add it to the collection. So yeah, Star Tropics 2, Zoda's Revenge. Pretty cool. The final game I'm going to talk about is a game that I honestly had never put a ton of time into, but my buddy Ron Man said, hey, we have talked about it over the last year, and I watched his kind of like a flashback review on it. It really got me intrigued because when I did play it, I couldn't get into it, and I confused it with a game called Uninvited, and Ron was telling me, hey man, that's kind of in the same lineage as this, and I didn't know that, so I was kind of weary about getting it, but something really just triggered me to want to play this again, and I saw this at the convention, and I was like, no way, I gotta get it, because the condition was fantastic and it was affordable, and that's Shadowgate. I don't know a ton about this game, but I know it was for a ton of different systems, and it's just a point and click adventure. But on the NES, it's really hard. There's a lot of trial and error, and you don't know what to do, so it's pretty much one of those games where it's trial and error, and then you'll eventually figure out what to do. So yeah, Shadowgate. This is 100% complete. I got it from the same booth that I got Zoda's Revenge from. He had some incredible condition NES box titles. So I was like, man, I got to get this. The condition's great. Plus, the game is pretty fun. And I just like the artwork. I like the bright green. And yeah, I just pretty much got it because Ron told me it was a great game. I actually texted him during the event, and I was like, hey man, what game was that again? Because I thought I was getting it confused with Uninvited. But yeah, Shadowgate. Super cool. I'm glad to add it to my collection, and I got this for 60 bucks also. He wanted 80 bucks for it. Pretty cool. There you go, guys. That's my pickups from the Midwest Gaming Classic 2022. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you guys have any memories, let me know. Take it easy, y'all. Well, there you go. That's all my pickups from Midwest Gaming Classic 2022. The prices were insane out there, but I was able to dig through the bins and find some decent prices so I could pick up some stuff for the collection. If you have any memories of these games or just want to talk about video games in general, make sure to leave a comment in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, keep on reminiscing, y'all.